All right, I'm starting recording now. Hey everyone, welcome to the Georgia Foodcast, our Zoom edition. I am not only drinking Cafe Campesino at home, but I am joined by the marketing director of Cafe Campesino, Nema Etheridge. And Nema actually surprised me this morning because she is at the roastery today. So, hey Nema, thanks for joining
Hey,
me.
yeah, thanks for having us.
I'm very excited for like the visual appeal of the roastery so people can really get that picture.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm too.
So it's the tour is going to be great, everybody. So hang tight. As many of you know, especially from the Georgia Foodcast episodes that we have on Spotify, that Cafe Campesino is a local, organic, fair trade, incredible coffee brand. And there's been a lot of change over the past couple of weeks. And we just want to talk through that and get a better understanding of what's going on over there. So, Nema, do you want to start with like a brief history and culture and mission of Cafe Campesino?
Sure, yeah. So Cafe Campesino started in 1998 as a way to source directly from small-scale coffee farmers. We're based in Americus, Georgia. We actually started out of the founder was on a Habitat for Humanity trip to Guatemala, met a coffee farmer, learned of the inequities that exist in the coffee supply chain, and came home ready to do something about it. And so that was, at this point, 22 years ago. And we've built on the business since then. So a few years after that, we started roasting, and then we started selling online and to customers throughout the South, and then opened a little coffee shop, and then we've just been trucking ever since. In the 2015, we started or I guess 2017, we started a specialty coffee training center here, and we train baristas from across the country. And so it's a little bit of mix of products and services, but yeah, we're happy to do it all.
And you definitely do it all too as marketing director, and you train baristas too, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Got that skill.
Yes, I have.
I know
Yeah.
for me, like marketing has been really challenging in this pandemic time. I don't know if you found the same to be true. It looks like you're doing a great job on Cafe Campesino social media, but how have you been kind of voicing everything that's going on to your audience?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's tricky because, you want to be positive and let people know you're still here, but there's a gravity to what's happening too, and you certainly don't want to lose sight of that or be disrespectful for anyone who's going through anything.
Yeah.
So I think in terms of navigating, I think number one is just like remaining communicative, like making sure people know you're there, emailing, doing interviews like this, talking to people, just like making sure that as much as we can, already we're in rural Southwest Georgia, so sometimes it's easy to kind of get off the beaten path. But I think that it's important for us to just continue to talk, and be out there and post and talk to people, and then respond to our customers too. I think in some respects, people are really excited to have coffee. And it's fun to be able to offer that service to people, to be able to give them something that's has been something that calms them or keeps them in their day to day every day, and to be able to offer that is really wonderful.
I definitely agree. I mean, I'll whip out the mug again, but like really for my morning ritual, it just makes me feel that sense of comfort and ease to know that
Sure.
I have something to look forward to right when I get out of bed. And also when it's such a great flavorful cup of coffee from Cafe Campesino. But I also agree with you in the terms of like staying communicative with your customers and just everybody, and just making sure that you're top of mind by doing that too. And how has your relationship with Georgia Organics changed or stayed the same throughout this time?
Well, I think it's great to see the the good food guide. I think that's really helpful.
Yeah.
You know, it's times like these where everybody, I think, is interested in reconnecting with community, and I think there's a real power in collaboration again. Um, and we see that. So when there are links and opportunities to promote small scale organic farmers here in Georgia, it's really fun to be able to do that. So I've loved seeing that come from y'all. I love seeing the farmers that we've seen for years and years and years be promoted through that. Crystal Organic Farms, which is at Morningside Farmers Market, now has an online store, which is really fun to see. You know, La Calavera, which is a customer of ours, has a bread subscription that's going on in Atlanta now. It's just fun to be able to see the support. And I say fun, but maybe that's a flippant, a little bit word. I mean, it's heartwarming and inspiring to be able to see people that support each other and groups pivot and support each other. So I think, you know, Georgia Organics has done a great job of being the nexus of a lot of that. So thanks to y'all.
Well, that's a lot. That's definitely the goal of what Georgia Organics is trying to do. So we appreciate and are very happy that can help support y'all too, and just be kind of a big encyclopedia of what's happening in
exactly. Yeah.
And that resource for people. So I mean, specifically for y'all, like you're mentioning, like Crystal Organic Farms and other farmers that are having to add an online store during this time. Y'all already had an online store, thank goodness. And there's just a lot of things that you are already doing that maybe they're getting a little bit more action, or how have you seen things change during this time?
Sure.
Production and shipping and retail and all of that.
Yeah. Well, one thing that has, again, been sort of heartwarming for me to see from the online ordering side, is just people you've known for a really long time placing orders in our online store. I mean, like, we did a kind of a call to action, a rallying cry kind of early on, and the number of people who have been in our network in Americus and Atlanta, you know, through Bicycle Right Across Georgia, Atlanta Audubon Society, Georgia Organics. I mean, it was just really fun to see names you've known for a long time place online orders, sort of as a sign of solidarity. And I thought that was just really fun. So in terms of changing, I mean, these folks have been customers for a long time, but to see them be online retail customers and become subscribers, we have a subscription program on our website. And a lot of people are opting to get 15% off and just have their coffee come every 4 weeks or every 6 weeks. So we've seen a big uptick in that, which is really, really great. And then we've seen more folks ordering online for sure. And then now in Americus, we've started doing a home delivery program that's in its second week. So folks can order Americus Plains, the area, can call our roastery and get coffee delivered directly to their door by
I wish I lived closer. That's amazing.
I know, isn't that fun?
Yeah.
So that's been great. And then our coffee shop is doing curbside pickup and takeout, and customers have been supportive of that as well. So and then too, like, you know, being able to try to reach out more to our wholesale customers and allies is really on our horizon agenda as well. Like, we really want to make sure that we can provide value even if we can't see folks face to face.
Right. I mean, that's a lot of different things that you're juggling now.
Sure.
And I'm so happy to hear that you're seeing success in certain avenues too. And especially just having that network that you've had for 22 years and just being able to see that people want to support. I think, you know, that's the silver lining in all of this, is that you really can see that sense of community in a certain sense, like that people around you are supporting you, and it's really nice. I do want to see production and everything that y'all have going on. So in terms of that, I see you've got a mask on your neck. I guess everybody in production has a mask on. It's tell me more about that experience.
Yeah, so we'll walk back there and we'll see coffee roasting. and coming out cool in the cooling tray. We'll see my colleagues packing some coffee with their masks on.
Yeah.
You know, even as things have slowed down the rest of the world, we've still been packing coffee the whole time in a slimmer team.
Yeah.
And we also have 2 different production teams ready to go. So if somebody got sick in this team, we could swap out the whole team with another crew of folks. But what you'll see when we walk through the door is coffee, our coffee roaster. It'll drop in a cooling tray. We may not be able to have great communication. I may not be able to talk so much. So because I have my mask on, I'm not sure you'll be able to hear me, but you'll see the roaster to the left. We'll walk through packing a little bit. You'll see coffee going into bags and being sealed, maybe ground some. And then we'll just do kind of a quick walkout. But yeah, I'd love for you to see these great ladies. Yeah. And I do want to make the comment, I you know, back to our thought about kind of people coming together and community. I mean, I think one of the great equalizers one of the, I guess, the great reminders of what's happening right now is that connection that we all share, because we're all human and we're all susceptible to this virus. And, you know, like we've been hearing stories from producers as well, from a lot of the coffee producers, which has been slower information to get to us, but
right.
But, you know, they too are in this fight with us, along with, you know, the small scale coffee shop here in Georgia. The small scale producers are also facing various challenges of their own, and just keeping their needs and thoughts in mind is really important for us. You know, they've seen some disruption into logistics and being able to get their coffees out, or sometimes a little bit of food security and whatnot. And so our thoughts are really with them throughout this pandemic as well.
That's a great point, that it is the human equalizer, and that it doesn't matter that you're working with people in different countries. They're battling the same thing that you are in America's Georgia. It's kind of unfathomable. Like
I know, yeah.
That every morning, what's going on?
Sure. Yeah, I think it's surprising, but not surprising. But you know, the challenges that folks like Charlotte Swansea at Riverview, or you know, like the folks, just different folks, small scale farmers here in Georgia are facing. So too are the producers in the coffee lands. How to get their product to market, big challenge, especially in times of you know, shelter in place orders, which are happening in countries all around the world. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that before we do our tour.
No, I think that's a great point. And just for those that are still watching, it's just another reminder that in these times, it's so important to support your local spots, the places that lift you up during the year, that are doing great things in the good food movement. This is the time to continue supporting. And everybody, including Cafe Campesino, is trying to make that easy for you with shipping, and if you're in America's delivery. So just keep that in mind, that this is if you're going to be purchasing things, this is where you want to support. Oh my gosh, production, here we are.
Yeah, so I don't know if you can hear me, but we'll go in real quick. I've got my mask on.
Okay.
Oh.
Yes, it definitely looks like it's a busy day.
It is a busy day. So we're roasting here.
Wow.
And when it's done, it'll come out in the cooling tray. We'll see if you can't see that.
I wish we could smell what's happening in there, because I think that's a great scent. We'll walk on back, and this is where it's all bagged.
Yeah, I look at Georgia Organic.
That's great, the Georgia Organic.
Going to.
Awesome. And masks all being worn. Wow. Oh, yes, that's great coffee brand too. Yeah.
We got, coffee packing. And then it'll go through here to
seal it.
Yeah, to seal it. Yep, right here. And then we've got our grinders. So, hello, Erica. Hey, Barbie.
It's a lot of good stuff going on.
I know. How long till it drops? Okay. All right. So we can come back for the drop if you want.
Okay,
Hold on.
awesome.
Okay.
How long until the drop?
5 minutes.
Okay.
So, or we could.
We can even share a picture of that after too.
Yes. Yeah. We could do that.
It's
But yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, it's also funny that I'm getting used to seeing people with their heavy duty masks and it's not scaring me anymore.
I know, right? I know, that's a startling effect of it as well, isn't it? Like,
It definitely is.
Just so.
And just having to really smile with your eyes, big time.
I know. That's right. It's the culture of Zoom, right? Like extra smiling.
Yes.
So yeah. How are you, Sky?
I'm doing well. I mean, it's new things every day. You kind of can't get too comfortable. Gotta roll with the punches. But I think like when I connect with local companies and communities and people in the good food movement, especially, like it makes me feel a lot more grounded throughout this process. When I feel like people are coming together to help each other, that makes me feel very hopeful and optimistic through this whole time.
Sure. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of power in that.
I agree. And it just shows that there's so much good still happening. Despite anything that's happening ever in the world, there is still so much good that we got to focus on. And y'all, especially you and Bill and Trip and the whole Cafe Campesino team, you're all known as leaders in the good food community. And I mean, you've been around for 22 years and it's just, you've worked with so many great members in the good food movement worldwide. How are you taking on this role of leadership right now? And like, what advice do you have to other good food leaders in this moment?
What advice do we have to other good food leaders in this moment?
It's a
great
big
question.
It's cool. I mean, or just like, what are some digestible steps that have helped y'all stay in your leadership role and just kind of adjust to what's happening and make good decisions and keep moving forward with everything?
I mean, sure. I think what we've seen a lot is people trusting their gut, and taking care of their people. Trust your gut and take care of your people, and make sure that they're the first priority, right? So safety is the first priority. Communication, again, like we said it earlier, like make sure that people know that you're still here, that you want to help, that there's still a supply chain that's working in our world anyway. There's still, maybe not so much in meat packing and whatnot, but in the coffee industry, we have supply until for sure through the fall and through the winter.
Great.
Esme. Hey, Esme.
Hey, Esme. How are you?
So there's a supply chain that works, and communicating that is very important. And so I would, in terms of advice to share, I think really, we don't know how long this is going to happen either, right? Like this could be the new norm. And so I think the quicker we can adjust, communicate, support one another, and continue to trust our gut, I think we're going to be in good shape and be able to weather it together.
Well, that's pretty perfect advice. So especially on the spot, you must be really good at trusting your gut right now on what to say and everything. I think that's definitely something that a lot of other people in the good food movement or outside of that can take on for their business, is just prioritizing safety, the people that work with you, and just adjusting quickly and trusting your gut. I think we might want to wrap up with something great and positive. Do you have anything else that you'd like to share with people who are viewing right now?
Ooh, coffee's fresh and delicious and ships to your door pretty quickly. I mean, I think that's pretty exciting.
It really does.
Yeah, and we could do a quick little run and see if we can get it coming out of the roaster real quick. That's okay.
Yeah, let's check it out.
So let's see.
And I will say that shipping your coffee, it will get to you quickly, and it tastes just as good as it's getting off this roastery.
Yeah,
Ooh,
look
it
at
is
there. We just
going.
missed it. Look at that beautiful bounty.
Oh my gosh. Wow. That looks beautiful. That's like
Yep.
hypnotizing. You need that as your
I
Zoom
know.
background from now on.
I know we do, right? Like
Yeah.
just nonstop.
Wow. How many pounds of coffee is that? Do you have an estimate?
I think it depends. I think it's probably about 20,
Okay.
maybe 25.
Yeah.
Barbie, how many pounds was that? 35. Okay,
35.
there you go. What the
That's pretty
marketing
close.
director knows.
Yeah.
All
Oh, wow.
right.
That looks awesome. Well, Nema, thank you for
Thank
being
you.
on. And do you want to just also rattle off all the ways that people can find Cafe Campesino and where to support you?
Sure. So certainly we want you to visit our wholesale customers who are still in business in the Atlanta area. We've got Banjo Coffee, Drip Through, Revolution Donuts, some various Sprout stores. There are Murphy's in Virginia Highland. We Chop Shop in on Memorial Drive.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. La Calavera, I think, is carrying our coffee in their bread subscription. And then two, you can always buy our coffee online. So cafecampesino.com. And right now through May 10th or 11th or so, we're going to be we're raising money through a partnership with a company called Grow Ahead for folks to plant trees in Peru, Pango. It's a women-led farmer initiative. They're trying to plant 22,500 trees, and we're encouraging folks to visit that. So if they want to, if they want to donate to that cause, they'll get 15% off their coffee in May. So,
well, that's pretty awesome. And it's just cafecampesino.com, right?
Yep, cafecampesino.com.
Mm-hmm. Y'all don't want to miss this great coffee, great people in the good food movement, and it's just it supports a full supply. A supply chain of goodness, and
certified organic fair trade coffee, all of it.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Nema, and
thank you.
I'm so happy you could be on this Zoom with me this morning, and
me too.
We'll keep sharing the great Cafe Campesino coffee praise.
Thank you, Sky. We really appreciate it. Kudos to y'all, and good luck with everything.
Well, thank you so much.